All right, I'm going to start this game and then I'll introduce the stream for today. All right, this is actually quite a nice setting, this campfire sitting. I thought we'd just sit here and chill a little bit. Welcome everyone to my inaugural streaming session. This is going to be a lot of fun. Um, I thought I'd take a moment to introduce myself. For those who know me and for those who don't. So my name is Daniel. Just a little bit of my background. I'm originally from Singapore, currently living in Australia. I studied science and engineering, electrical, electronic engineering, and computer sciences. And then I went back to Singapore for my national service before working in Australia. Um, I've been working in a software engineering firm for about 15 years now. It's been a bit of a journey. And I started off as an engineer, but during my time, what I did is I actually stepped into different roles, managerial roles, team lead roles, and currently I'm the sales and account manager for the company. That's just give you a little bit of context as I talk through things. Um, I'm married. I've got a lovely wife, a lovely 5-year-old daughter who should be in bed. And I also serve a lot in my local church. I help out with various ministries and in various places. I'm also really passionate about teaching people skills. So things like emotional intelligence, communication skills, how to manage change in your life, appreciating different personalities and how they can complement or cause conflict between each other. And I love this topic because I find that it's so ubiquitous. Whether or not you're in university, whether or not you're working, you might be a grandparent, you might be a stay-at-home parent, and you have kids. All of these skills are so powerful and so useful in all phases of life. And that's why I started a company called The Positive Difference. It's also why I wanted to do this stream because I love playing games. And I also wanted to share a little bit of what I've learned. So this is an experiment. I don't know how long I'll do this for, but I wanted to have the opportunity to share a little bit of what I've learned and also try to play a game at the same time. Now, a few house rules to kick us off. Firstly, this is a dynamic activity, so I encourage you to post, ask questions, interact with me. If there's enough people on at the same time, I might get you guys to interact with me as well and get you to think about certain things. So make this almost like a two-way life coaching session. I also have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to anything regarding abusive language. So if anyone's abusive, I will ban you straight away. However, I fully encourage you to disagree with me. That's completely normal. And if you want to, share your opinion or share an alternative opinion, you're more than welcome to. I'm not infallible. I'm in this journey of learning as well as you are. So I hope that what I have to say is encouraging to you. The last thing I'll say is everything I say today, all the advice I'm giving is general in nature. It's from my own experience and from my own study and reading and the experience I've had with other people as well. If you want something that's more personalized for you, I can sit down with you and talk one-on-one, and you're welcome to shoot me an email and talk about that. So let's get started. Now this game is called The Outer Wilds. I don't know if anyone's played it before. Have you guys played this before? This is actually a game that I played. Oh, there you go. Oh, a long time ago, and I absolutely loved it. I was so entranced by the game, by the idea behind it, but also, and I actually completed it. This is years ago now, but they've come out with the DLC, which I've heard rave reviews about. So I figured, you know what? I'll start again. I'll play this game, and experience it anew with you while I'm doing streaming. Now, the reason why I chose this game is because it's a fairly slow-paced game, which means that I can actually stop and chat with you, and I can pause. I can, there's something that people want to discuss, I can. Or I can just sit here and chill a little bit. Nat asked me, is it a sandbox game? It is not. It's kind of like a exploration game. Um, you get dropped into this small solar system, and you don't get told anything. Like literally, where I started was the beginning of the game, um, but it kind of gives you a little bit of insight into what's happening in the world, and you have to unpack it as you go along. So let me try talking to this guy. I think that's soup that he's stirring. Hello, hatchling. Leaving us seeking adventure among the stars. When you return, blah 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 blah. If you can't tell, I'm not big on reading too much text. I'm not going to read this all off for you guys. Okay, if you want to play this game, I recommend it. You're welcome to do so. Seeking blah 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 blah. Enjoy your travels. Good luck. You're not going to give me some soup? I suppose not. Okay, alright. Let's see now. Let's explore a little bit, shall we? Okay, I figured out how to jump. That's always a good place to start. Routier. Oh, I can choose my options. I told my odds of survival are statistically quite high. Alright, cool. Now, if you haven't realized already, this is actually the first time that I am streaming while playing games. Um, there's a lot that I don't know what I'm going to expect. I've done a little bit of research on streaming. I suspect that it's going to be really challenging to try and multitask this, um, to do something in game while talking at the same time. But it's something I figure, you know what, I'm just going to try to do as a way to learning something new. What I've discovered, and I know some of you actually logged in, are actually, hey Angela, nice to meet you. Um, for those who are logged in, I know some of you are studies, some of you are studying, some of you are working. What I've discovered after having left studies now for a few years is that really you never stop learning. There's that little phrase, you're supposed to learn something new every day. And I think that's so right. I think it's so beneficial to remain curious. Um, in this day and age, it's so easy to find information, but very often we don't take the time to actually do the research, to actually try something. What was that? So I'm going to be curious now and say this guy just threw a rock over there, and it just vaporized. So let's be curious and talk to him. Hello, astronaut. Ghost matter. Ooh, it causes the ghost matter to evaporate. This takes a super long time to go away. Super cool. Try not to walk in any space. Okay, sounds painful and bad. Alright. So sometimes we encounter things in life that we don't know stuff about. Because you don't know everything, and the world is growing so much. You are learning so much all the time. So it actually helps to be really curious. Look at that. I've just taken a picture of this green goop, which I expect that if I walk into, can I jump in there and die? Let's try this. Oh, okay, all right. I'm assuming that was bad. I'm assuming I wasn't supposed to do that. So sometimes it's good to experiment and to try things out. And even when you get out of your formal studies or university, you might think, oh, finally I'm done with that stuff. The truth is actually, university is setting you up for a lifetime of learning. It's actually training you to acquire knowledge. It's not an end in itself. It's not just to get a piece of paper. And I know some of you are in the middle of exams. That's the last thing you want to hear. But it's true. University is more than a piece of paper. It's more than just an avenue to a job. It's actually training you to learn and to grow. And so having curiosity is such a useful, powerful thing. And it actually is really good to keep learning things in order to keep your mind active. It improves your neuroplasticity, if you've heard of that term before. Neuro means your brain, plasticity, how well it kind of forms new neural connections. I found that after having come out of uni for a long time and kind of not using my brain too much, it really goes stale. So you want to keep your brain active, and you want to keep trying new things, doing things in slightly different ways. Now, for instance, this is a scout launcher. I think I vaguely remember how to use this thing. Aim the launcher and fire. Oh. Oh, okay, and it takes pictures as it goes along. And if I press and hold, it retrieves the scout. Okay, alright, let's just shoot it this way and see what happens. So this is like a little probe. Okay, that's pretty cool. So in your life as well, be curious, you know? Ask questions. And in this day and age, it's so easy to get answers. Um, only this morning I was talking with my wife, and we were talking about collective nouns. Have you heard of like a gaggle of geese, a murder of crows? There are some really crazy and silly collective nouns. So we were curious and we asked the question, where did these collective nouns come from? Because some of them are really, really strange. And Google these, okay? And if you want to, you can Google these while you're watching to me stream and put the strangest collective noun in the chat. All right. But I asked the question, where did these collective nouns come from? And you know what? Apparently, and I can't remember how long, I think it's like 70 years ago, there was a lady who wrote a book, and I believe it was to do with like hunting. Right? And essentially, she came up with these things almost tongue in cheek. Like, they were not meant to be like formal, proper things. But she just like, oh, what was a. There's some hilarious ones. Maybe later on I'll Google some of them and put them on the chat. Murder of crows. Everyone knows murder of crows, but there's a few really strange ones, really really weird ones out there. A labor of moles. Yeah, where did that come from? All right, so it has a very strange history of this lady who wrote a book, and it just caught on, and people just started, you know, going with it. So, if we weren't curious, we would never have looked that up and found out about that. So continue to be curious. Find out more about the world. Find out more about history. As you come up to things, don't take things for granted. Find out a little bit more about them. And who knows, you may end up finding something that is really fascinating that you didn't realize. Let's talk to this guy. Where's he looking? He's looking at the sun. That's not good for your eyes, buddy. Hello, astronauts. What are you up to? Pick up sounds from distant planets. Oh, okay. Oh, banjo. Cool. Signal scopes are cool. Okay, equip signal scope. Boom. And hold it. Ooh. Ooh, I got some. I picked up some fancy music in the background. I don't know if you can hear the music, guys. I have turned it down a little bit. So, oh, let's point at the sun. Oh no, I've got some banjo music going on there. Ooh, hear that? Nice banjo. All right. So what were we talking about? We were talking about learning something new every day. There are some really cool YouTube channels out there. I think there's one called. Ooh. Okay, so I've learned that I take fall damage. um, I wonder if I fall several times, whether I die. Let's try it. Don't do this at home, kids. There's some really nice, neat um, YouTube channels out there. Kurzgesagt is a fantastic one. They take really complicated historical and scientific ideas and they put it in a nice little animation. That's a fantastic one out there. Another one is Smarter Every Day. Again, it's another very useful YouTube video, YouTube stream out there, which is really, really interesting. Let's talk to this guy. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, sure. I am a little bit nervous. This is the first time I'm streaming. I don't know how things are going to go. Uh, 0G practice. Hit down the lift into the cave. Okay. One repaired satellite coming right up. Okay, cool. We're talking about trying new things, and I'm trying streaming for the first time. I'm trying streaming and talking while playing. Usually, when I play for myself, I'm not talking like this. That would be a little bit creepy. Um, but when you try something new, all right, when you set a task for yourself, what do you expect to happen? Ooh, flashlight. Press F. If you expect that everything will go perfectly the first time, I'm expecting that I will have, 100 concurrent viewers. I'm expecting that this first stream will change the world and take off. Um, is that a reasonable expectation? No, probably not. Ooh, control and shift. Okay, up and down. When you are trying something new, you actually expect that things won't go well or perfectly the first time. There's a little thing I actually discovered recently as last week actually, something called the S curve of innovation. The S curve of innovation. Has anyone heard of the S curve of innovation? No one. Either you guys aren't listening. Oh, I'm seeing some chatter on there. I need to find out a way to get a ping from that when you guys actually talk to me. The S curve of innovation goes like this. Anytime you embark on something innovative or different, you expect that your productivity will go down a little bit before it picks up. So the example I heard was, imagine that you have a toddler and they're on their hands and knees and they're crawling around. They're going at a certain speed. All right, let's call it 3 kilometers an hour. I don't know if that's a reasonable speed for a toddler. Um, Now, when they try to start walking, are they going to go faster or slower than crawling? Well, when they first start off, they're actually going to start off slower. All right. Their speed is going to dip a little bit because they'll try to get up and then they'll toddle and fall over. And then they'll try to get up and then they'll toddle and fall over. Hi, Grace. Nice to meet you. Um, but if they keep at it, then their speed will slowly improve. They'll get to a point where they're breaking even. They're as fast as when they were crawling on their hands and knees, but then they'll quickly get a lot faster. However, if all they do is walk, slowly over time, they'll get older, their knees will get more tired, and their speed will plateau. So at a certain point, you want to say, okay, right, let's go from walking to cycling. Now, what happens when you start cycling? The first time you're with your training wheels off, you try cycling and you fall over. You try cycling and you fall over. And there's a period of time where you're actually cycling slower than if you just walked. But what happens over time? As you keep going at it, you slowly get faster and faster and faster. You break even. And then after a little while, you actually cycle a lot faster than how you would have walked. Well, what happens after that? Well, what if you now move to driving? Right? I remember the first time I started driving, and I learned how to drive on a manual. Okay, those things are tough. I don't know if anyone. Give me a wave if you learned how to drive on a manual. Most people nowadays learn to drive on an automatic. All right. But when you're in a manual and you're trying to figure out how the gears work and how your clutch works and you're stalling all the time, I can assure you a lot of the times you're going slower than if you just stayed on a bicycle. But hey, soon enough, you learn how to drive, you pick up speed, you're going 100 kilometers an hour on the freeway. You're not going to be cycling at that speed. That's the S curve of innovation. Every time you try something new, anytime you embark on something new, you expect that you're not going to be able to get it done straight away. Right? There's going to be some learning. So even now, I'm learning how to fly with this thruster. Okay, so control is down. Oh, okay, right. There's a little thing on the left that actually shows me my direction. All right, I'm locking on that. And I'm trying to figure out how to stream and fly at the same time. Okay, holding space, and that kind of puts me in that kind of stable altitude. Oh, there's 3 of them. All right, where's the other one? So every time you want to learn something new, expectation management is so important. You can't expect that you'll always get things right straight away. It will take time. Um, how do I wait? Hold E. If you want to learn a new skill, it will take time. If you just start a new class in university, the first time you try and you hear the topic, you're like, what on earth is going on? It takes time. So you want to expect that it takes time, and you want to manage your expectations so that you don't get discouraged too prematurely. Here we go. This is the thing I'm supposed to repair. Okay, overshot. Here we go. Alright, press to lock on. I have to lock on before I can match the speed. Gotcha. And we're done with the training, at least. How do I get out of here? Expectation management is really such a powerful tool. Oh, okay. Ouch. That hurt. You see, I expected to stuff up. Totally. Um, it can really make a huge difference when it comes to your own emotional well-being. Um, Sometimes we try something and we expect too much of others and we expect too much of ourselves. Um, I mean, have you ever had a situation where someone had really, really high expectations of you and you just could not meet those expectations? How did that make you feel? Deflated, discouraged? Um, a lot of times, when we don't meet other people's expectations, when we don't even meet our own expectations, it can be so disheartening that we don't even try again. You know, we just say we throw in the towel. Try not to hit anything big. All right, cool. Get the launch code from the observatory and get out of here. You know, I heard once a formula for happiness. Would you like to know a formula for happiness? If you would like to know a formula for happiness and you're still tuned in today, give me a thumbs up. Or give me a heart. Where is the observatory? Okay, I think that's the observatory over there. How do I get there? How do I get there? Okay, here we go. So, a formula for happiness that I've heard is this. Have high hopes, but lower your expectations. Have high hopes, but lower your expectations. Now, some of you are probably thinking that is a strange saying. What do you mean by high hopes and lower expectations? This is what I mean. I think for someone to be happy, you need to have something to strive for. You need to have a goal. You need to have a purpose. You need to have something that's just out of reach to push you forward. And maybe on another stream we'll talk a little bit about goals and ways in which we can set good goals and things like that. Let me talk to this guy first. So my goal right now in this game is to figure out how to get into this ship. Don't break it. Okay, sure. I'm excited. I'm excited because I've got a goal. What's with the dirt? You see the new Naomi statue. Ooh, new statue. First intact statue you found. Ooh, check out this statue. Ancient species the Naomi dwelled in our solar system thousands of years ago. No idea where the species come from, what happened to them. That, by the way, is going to be the whole premise of this game. What was I saying before? Happiness. Having high hopes. So, some of you hope to get married sometime soon. Some of you hope to finish your studies. Some of you hope to get a really good, well-paying job. Have high hopes, something to strive for. But at the same time, you want to lower your expectations to something that is achievable, that you can attain. You know, I hope that this stream and eventually the videos that come out of this, I hope that it will make a positive impact in lots of people's lives. I hope that, you know, people who I've never even met before would really be engaged with these videos, and that, you know, maybe people who are mostly gamers would find these videos somehow and it would maybe even change their life. That's what I hope for. Right? But what do I expect to happen? Do I expect that in my first stream I'll have 100 people showing up? I'll be shown on the news as the new big thing. I'll be number one on Twitch and YouTube streams. Is that a reasonable expectation? Well, if that was my expectation, I'm gonna be disappointed most of the time, ain't I? So I hope that these streams will make a big difference. But I expect, you know what? I expect that even if I get 3 or 4 people show up, right, a couple of subscriptions, a couple of likes, I'm going to be happy. My hopes are the things that I strive to, the things I work towards. But my expectation is an emotional intelligence tool that I use in my own mind, my own way of thinking, own way of talking about what I'm experiencing in order to manage how I feel. Some people, sometimes I describe it to some people like this. Does anyone do archery? Like, maybe have your own bow and arrow. Has anyone even gone to an archery range before? If you have, give me an archery icon, like a bow and arrow icon. I don't know if there is one in YouTube. Um, but if you've almost never done archery before, all right, you have get up. If you've not been to an archery range at all, they have a target that's like 50 or 100 meters down the range. You have a bow, you have an arrow, you pull it, and you try to hit the target. Okay. Now, what do you hope as you are, trying to do that archery? What do you hope to happen? What are you aiming for? Well, what you're aiming for is the bullseye, right? Dead straight center. That's what you're hoping for. But what do you expect to happen if you've never even used a bow and arrow before? Well, you're expecting that you might have one fly one direction, might have one fly another direction. You know what? You would be happy if you even hit the board. Now, you're not aiming for the floor. You're not aiming for the corner of the board. You're aiming for dead center. You're aiming for that high-paying job. You're aiming to get HDs in all your units. But what you expect to happen, you know what? I'll be happy even if I get anywhere near the board. That's a emotional intelligence tool that you can use to say that, hey, you know what? I'm going to be happy even with this result here. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine who is here we go. Now I've got a galaxy map. Timber Hearth, that's where I am. I was talking to a friend of mine who is an entrepreneur. Now this guy, he is next level. He is he's like he studied medicine. How do I get out of this? He studied medicine. He graduated. He's a specialist. I think he's an orthopedic surgeon. But he's also an entrepreneur. So I think, has started like 3 or 4 different companies, and he's younger than I am. All right. I'm gonna wing it. And I asked him once. He's a great guy, very easy to get along with, very funny. Um, and I once asked him, you know what? How do you stay so positive? The stuff that he's doing, he's not a natural at it. He works hard. Sometimes things don't go his way. In fact, I know of many occasions where things have turned out not the way he had hoped. But how does he stay so positive? And he actually said, I lower my expectations. Oh, hello, mate. Whoa, the statue just stared at me. What's going on here? Okay, I played this game before, so I know what's happening here. So, have high hopes. Strive for something larger, bigger than yourself, slightly beyond your capability, and you'll be surprised how far you can go. But at the same time, manage your expectations. Things may take longer than you hope they will. They may turn out not as great as you thought they were. Manage your expectations, and you'll find that you're actually a lot happier with the lot that you have in life. Now, I need to find myself this ship. Oh, that's it there. Is there a run? Is there a way to run? No. If I jump down, do you think I'll die? I think I already established that I take fall damage, right? Oh, that means I need to take the stairs. Oh, boring. Alright, fine. Let's go the long way. Oh, but the short way is so enticing. Okay, alright, let's take it halfway. I'm gonna jump from here, because I think I need to. Where is it? Okay, over there. Oh, water. Okay, alright. Technically speaking, if I land in water, it should be okay, right? Yeah, come on. Ooh! Am I still alive? No, I'm dead. So that was an experiment. I've died. Game over. Time to switch off the stream. Ooh, look at this time loop. So, what have we learned today, class? I take fall damage, and I still come back to the beginning. Huzzah! I don't think people say huzzah anymore, right? Yeah, I'm showing my age. Oh, I can roast marshmallows. Does anyone want to see me roast marshmallows? Oh, I can even sleep. I could do with a bit of sleep. Let's just roast a marshmallow. Let's try roasting marshmallows. Ooh, oh. Okay, left shift to extend. This is, whoa. Okay, guys, we got a marshmallow roasting simulator here. This is next level right here. Oh. Okay. Okay. I burnt my marshmallow. Failed. Toss that. All right. Here we go. The trick with marshmallows is to get it close, but not too close to the fire. That's it. You see that marshmallow smoking. Ah, no. One more time. So I hope to have a nicely roasted marshmallow. I expect that I can do it at least another 2 or 3 turns. I should not. Nat just said I just want to watch the world burn. Not true! I just want to see this marshmallow. Oh wow, it actually is difficult to maintain the position. Oh! Is it brown? Is it black? I'm gonna eat it. Oh, that's it. Okay, alright. No more marshmallows. Let's put this away. Where was I? Okay, alright, I had to go this way again. What were we talking about, team? Someone give me a recap. We were talking about expectation management. Ooh, fly the model ship. Okay. Horizontal thrust. Oh, whoa! Crashed! Okay, reset. Okay, alright. This is part of what I have to do later on, which is learning how to fly a ship. Ugh. Oh yes, you were talking about me having 1,000,000 views. I don't know if I want to actually be that famous. It's not really my thing. But expectation management. Learn to manage your own expectations. And that will give you a much happier life. And you know what? This is something that I actually have recently taught another group of people. Learn how to manage other people's expectations as well. This is actually one of the biggest reasons for communication and for preventing conflict. Because this is something that I learned a while ago. Oh, I already got the launch codes. Maybe I don't have to do this again. That if you manage people's expectations, you're more likely to reduce the potential for conflict. And in fact, I was reading a quote that said that almost all conflict stems from unmet expectations. I want you to think for a moment while I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. When was the last time you got really upset, with someone or something? It may have been an emotional outburst, or it might just have been a minor frustration. All right, I want you to hold that in the back of your mind. When was the last time that you were quite upset about someone? Okay, and I want you to hold that scenario in your mind. And then I want you to think. I already got him. What was the reason that you got so upset in the first place? Very often you'll find that the base reason was actually unmet expectations. You thought something was going to happen, or someone was going to do something and it didn't meet your expectations. And that's very often why people have a emotional reaction. So if you can communicate with them early, communicate with them often, that will help to manage their expectations. And I do this with in project management all the time. Project management is all about expectation management. Angela had a question. What if other people have too low of an expectation? Low enough that it causes problems? Yes, absolutely. And that's why I said you want to have high hopes, and I didn't say that you have to have really rock bottom low expectations. Right? Um, you want to manage your expectations appropriately. If you are a novice archer and you're trying archery for the first time, expecting that you're gonna shoot it all over the place is absolutely appropriate. But if you are a Olympic level archer, you expect to at least come pretty close to the bullseye. So you want to manage your expectations. And again, this is the challenge of high hopes versus low expectations. High hopes are the things that you do, the things that you strive for, the goals that you set, the direction where you face your energy. But low expectations is more of a mental and a psychological tool to manage how you feel despite the outcome. Let's see if I can take off. Ooh, here we go, here we go. Now we're off. Whoa. Alright, how do I control this thing? Alright, so this is the little planet that we're on. It's awfully small, isn't it? Is there a map? Do I have a map? View map tab. Okay, here we go. I am here. And I can travel around this galaxy. Whoa, okay, alright, I'm on my back. Ouch. I nearly crashed there. Okay, mental note. Nat had a question too. Okay, alright, sorry I missed that, Nat. I need to find a way to get pings whenever people ask me questions. I'm not trying to ignore you, Nat. Okay, maybe I ignored you a little bit. How low can you go until it gets unhealthy? I think I sort of answered that already. You want to manage it appropriately, and you want to have a bit of wisdom to it. You don't want it to be absolutely rock bottom. And again, if you have high hopes, I think that will cause you to strive for things. But then you say, okay, all right, even with my high hopes, all right, I'm not expecting that things will turn out straight away. All right? So you do want to have a little bit of wisdom as it comes to that. The Atorock. Ooh, this looks nice. Let's go and explore this thing. Did I answer? Did I answer your question, Nat? You know what? I just realized I haven't figured out how to land this thing. Landing mode C. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I think I landed. I think that's it. Velocity matched. Let's try that. Yes, I answered it. Thank you very much, and thanks for asking questions. By the way, I really encourage this. I'd rather not just keep talking the whole way through. I would love if you have questions, fire it away. Open the hatch. All right, I'm on the moon. I'm on the moon. Let's see how far I can jump. Ooh, cool. All right, so I've got a flashlight. I've got a signal scope. Oh, okay, all right. Put that away. I've got a scout launcher. Launch scout. Oh, all right. Okay, this is like a long range searching kind of thing. Okay, which direction? Oh, fail. Let's try that again. Ooh, 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 there's something there. Let's go find that out. Ask what is the most important thing you learn working in corporate other than managing expectations? Well, that's a good question, Ruben. I don't know about most important. Ooh, look at this fella. Oh no, that's another probe. Someone crashed. What's the most important thing I've learned in corporate? I think the most important thing I've learned is that people are different. So I'm a... Ooh, it's dark. What's going on? Flashlight. There you go. So I'm a a DISC practitioner, which is a personality profiling methodology. Oh, there are trees here. What's going on here? Um, so I think it's really helpful just to have the awareness that different people are different. There are people who are more ambitious and driven. There are people who are more laid back and chilled. There are people who just like to have fun. And there are people who are all about the information and the details and definitely don't want to have fun. They're all about the work. Um, and I think this is appropriate for the corporate world. This is also really, really appropriate for personal relationships, romantic relationships. Different people are different, and it's not bad that they're different. Um, Not intrinsically anyway. They just have different strengths and different weaknesses. So especially when it comes to working with other people, um, people who have different personality, different cultural background, different expectations. We already talked about expectations. It's really helpful to just be aware that it's okay to be different. How can we leverage that difference? How can we appreciate that difference? How can we use the our different skills and talents for a collective good or in a collective direction. That question gives me inspiration. What thing did you learn in corporate that you wish you learned sooner? Ah, you guys are asking me tough questions. I like this. Hey, it's me. I'm gonna go talk to this person while I think about this. Ground control didn't tell me launching. Long time no see. This is the challenge because I want to talk to you guys, but then I need to read this text at the same time. Okay, that answer I can answer straight away. How long do I intend to stream for? I was planning to stream for about an hour and a half. You guys don't have to stay for the whole thing. Um, if I have stuff to talk about, or if you have questions, I'm happy to stay on longer. But I'm aiming for about max 10:30 until Dan finishes. No, no, Angela, I'm not gonna finish this game, especially since I'm talking to you guys so much. Um, was that you whistling? Ooh, they have instruments. Okay, all right. Okay, North Pole is marked to your mini map. Oh, it's pretty small. Okay. What is this place? Blah blah blah. Lunar Outpost. Okay, cool. All right, talk to you later. Um, so Nat asked me, what is one thing I learned early on, or that I wish I knew before? Is it? I wish I learned sooner. Whoa. Okay. All right. Gravity low. Ah. So the what? Okay, I'll say two things. Um, the first thing I'll say is that I stayed in my current company for 15 years now, and it's pretty much my first full-time job. That's reasonably unusual, especially in this day and age. A lot of people tend to kind of job hop a lot, especially in the earlier years, in order to get a promotion or to get new opportunities. I would consider myself fortunate because the company I work for, I believe, had a really good company culture. I really felt like I was appreciated, I was valued. I really felt like I was given opportunities to try out new stuff and try out new things. Um, so so I think that's the main reason why I decided to stay. Now, when I first started, I actually made the conscious effort to stay at least for 2 years because I didn't want to be one of those people who kind of jumped ship too early. But as every year I kept going, I kept reevaluating. And the fact is that, yeah, the pay may not have been as great as if I went to an engineering company, for instance. Um, but I really appreciated the company culture. And when I spoke to other people who had gone down the engineering line, um, they echoed that, yeah, the pay was great. Yeah, they were getting opportunities, but it was really soul sucking, and I didn't want to have that. So I think the first thing is company culture is really huge. You may feel like you don't have a lot of say in that, but at the same time, you have the say in where you, in the culture around you. Um, Conversely, the flip side of that is, um, I wish I tried more things earlier on. I wish I didn't get too complacent in the roles that I was, and that I gave myself more chance to try out new stuff. So for instance, it's only in recent years that I've discovered that I actually am passionate about this soft skills stuff, interpersonal stuff. And prior to that, I was always fixed along the engineering, software engineering kind of path. So I wish that I tried new things, and that's not just in corporate. I wish, ooh, what's this? I wish I tried more stuff, in general in life. Do more dancing, go for try different musical instruments, learn different martial arts. Of course, I can do that still now. It's a bit harder now that I've got a family and I've got commitments and full-time work and stuff like that. So especially if you're young, ooh, what's that? Um, Try out lots of stuff. Give it a shot. You might discover something that you didn't realize that you're passionate about. Signal scope log. Ooh, someone's flirting. Not suitable from an aerial perspective. Oh dear. DDR not enough. Angela knows. This is actually a source of exercise for us. And again, exercise I think should be fun. I don't go to the gym very often, but one way we found to have fun with exercise is that we've downloaded an app, an piece of software, freeware application called Stepmania, and it's open source. Uh, Whoa, hello. But also, it's oh, ouch. It's really great because you can actually download a whole bunch of songs that people have put together, and actually you can actually get songs yourself as well. Pickaxe. Ooh, play recording. Um, so it's a fun way to you know get some exercise and some cardio in. So we've got like anime songs. Yes, I'm a big anime fan. We've got like K-pop songs, Western songs, anything that you can jive to. Um, it's to the point where my 5-year-old daughter, we actually set up a mat for her as well, and she kind of pretends to dance along. Uh, she's actually very into like some of the K-pop bands, which I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing for a 5-year-old. Okay, let's read this thing. The creator, the composition of ice on the outskirts of dark Brabble. Okay. More fragments of the old planet dark Brabble. Okay, alright, cool. Have I missed any other questions? People are just going on about how long I'm gonna go for. Yes, my wife, my dear wife whom I love. I've told her that so her computer is actually behind me, but knowing her, she doesn't actually want to be shown on the stream. I told her that I'll blur her face out, but that doesn't. She still thinks that she doesn't want to be in the stream. Yeah, I think the K-pop influence might not be a good thing. She's very into BTS at the moment. We have a couple of BTS songs. Well, the two being Dynamite and Butter. And Dynamite, it's got the music video, and Scylla calls it the milk song because the first scene is of one of the guys drinking some milk. So she calls it the milk song. There you go, starting her young. I don't think I particularly want my daughter to grow up to be a K-pop dancer. I know she likes dancing, but K-pop may not be really the best influence. The things that you have to consider now that you're a parent. Tell you what. You're welcome to ask me any questions about that as well, parenting, life, studies, whatever you want, go for it. I'm gonna hang up my shirt. Where do I put it? Ah, return the suit. Okay, let's take off, guys, and explore somewhere else. I know I'm supposed to be like following some sort of quest line, but I'm enjoying talking to you guys too much. If she ever decides to be a Korean idol, would you let her? I think I would strongly discourage her from becoming a K-pop idol. You know what? Let's just go somewhere else, eh? Let's go and travel somewhere. I think. How do I zoom out? Control out. Let's travel to another planet. The Brittle Hollow. Let's try this thing. Ooh. Let's figure out what that is. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Alright, let's go. Engage autopilot. Ooh, that's gonna be useful. So yeah, I would encourage you to try new stuff. There's something about doing new things that is really engaging for the mind as well. It's it's keeps you on your toes. It's exciting. It's I think if you just kept doing the same things over and over and over again, it can really kill you. I remember when I was doing my national service for 2 weeks. It was I was actually in the Ministry of Defense in Singapore, the headquarters. This is an interesting planet. Um, and for 2 weeks, they were just trying to figure out what to do with me. And this is back before mobile phones were that big a thing. And even then, you couldn't really, oh, whoa, 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 I'm gonna crash. Oh, crap, I'm gonna crash. Ah! Sorry, what was I gonna say? Um, yeah, this was, there was literally nothing you could do. And it was, it was, a highly secure area. Let me see what happens if I go through here. Ooh, I teleported. Ooh, where am I? And literally for 2 weeks, I think I was filling in like receipts for highly sensitive documents. I literally felt like I was dying because it was so boring. Ooh, I got teleported all over the way there. Interesting. Where am I? So yeah, keep yourself engaged. Try something new. I encourage you to every month do something a little bit different, a little bit new. One of the easy things to do is is to try using a different hand when you're doing stuff. So like if you are usually brushing your teeth with your right hand, I encourage you to try this out, for the next week. So I'm planning to do this stream once a week. So this can be your homework for this week. Just try brushing your teeth with the opposite hand. So I usually brush my teeth with my right hand. Try brushing your teeth with your left hand. Even when you do that, you'll feel really uncoordinated. That's one thing. But also you'll feel like different parts of your brain are being activated. Um, so it's actually really good stimulation just to do something simple. All right, that said, would you say you do the high hopes and manage expectations thing with your daughter? Yes, I do. Um, I don't know whether I say I do it with my daughter, but more like I do it with me, um, in relation to my daughter. Let's see if I can get myself in here. Um, so I'm an Asian parent, okay, but I'm trying not to be a stereotypical Asian parent. Um, so very often the stereotypical Asian parent will say, "Oh, you have to learn piano, you have to get top grades, you have to do all this stuff that I couldn't do or wasn't able to do. I want you to do it." Um, I have high hopes for my daughter. I hope that she'll be an artist. I hope that she'll do well in school. I hope that she will play an instrument. Um, I have high hopes, but at the same time, I want to be managing my own expectations. I want to say, you know what? I want her to play a piano, but even if I can get her to, tinker a little bit with her little keyboard, I'll be happy. More importantly than her doing what I want her to do. Ooh, little puzzle. I want to actually help her discover who she is. So that's what my hope is, really. My hope is that to help her discover a little bit more of how she's built and how she's made, and the things that make her tick. Hey Raf, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. This game is the Outer Wilds. So it's a game that I played before, but there's a DLC that I've been wanting to play, which I'm trying out. It's been a long time. Ooh, gravity kicked in. It's been a long time since I played this game, so I'm trying to figure out how this works as well. But yes, the Outer Wilds. It's a fantastic game that I encourage you to play, but just don't stream while playing it because it's really confusing. Pick up rejection stone? No. Is that supposed to do something? Maybe not. Hey, Raf. Okay. Oh, I can translate this thing. Here we go. Welcome to the White Hole Station. If you fell through the black hole by accident, don't worry. You aren't the first. Warp Tower will return you to Brittle Hollow. Okay, cool. Every warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. The tower's warp can only be used during the brief window when the towers align with the corresponding brittle. Ah, so that's what this thing is about. Okay, cool. If you look up while the station is rotating, you can see the alignment happen when the astral body is directly overhead. Right, so I need to wait for this thing to turn? Can I turn this thing? You must be standing on the warp platform on the floor during this alignment to be warped. Okay, cool. Let's give it a shot, hey? So that's a teleport down, that's a teleport up. Huh, what happened there? There was a big boom. Oh, looky here! That's the star we're going around. That's the star going supernova. That can't be good. Come on. Oh, okay, I'm already up. Let's go down. What's going on here? Whoa! And I blew up. Okay, so for those who haven't played this game, I don't think this is much of a spoiler. The main thing about this game is that every 20 minutes or so, the solar system that you were playing around in kind of explodes, and you go back to the start. But the idea is that you've got those 20 or so minutes to figure out what's going on, and every iteration you learn a little bit more. So, and the beauty of this game, I think, is that it doesn't actually tell you very much up front. You kind of have to figure things out as you go along, and you have to discover things, which I actually really like. Let's talk to this guy. What happens if I tell him that I'm in a time loop? No idea what you're talking about. Okay, alright. You know what? There are a lot of Korean mangas out there which have this kind of premise. Like, you go back in time with all the knowledge that you learned beforehand. Oh! Yeah, I don't think that's gonna actually make a difference. If I had to repeat the same day over and over again, Groundhog style wise, I think I'll just end up being really lazy. Slate is probably better at cooking marshmallows than... Yeah, probably, hey. He's been doing it for a long time. Alright, guys. Let's see. Where should we go? Should we explore the planet that we're on a little bit more? Or should we go to another planet? Yes, that's right. Isekais. Transported to another world. Though this one's not technically an isekai. It's actually like a reincarnation thing. Alright. Let's just try exploring this 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 place a little more. Because I haven't actually explored this planet very much. Ooh, look, see, there's actually a volcano. Ooh, oh, funky. Let's try this. Alright, velocity matched. Let's try this. I'm going down. Alright. I'm not gonna crash. I'm not gonna crash. I'm not gonna crash. I'm not gonna... Yes. Oh, I might tip over though. Ooh. That does not look ominous at all. I guess I'll suit up first. Let's try this. What is this guy? Let's find out. What am I still doing here? Yeah, I'm exploring. I'm exploring my little planet. Crash. So what crashed? Plant seed. Cut off something in the bark pebble. Best get rid of this mess sooner or later. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna do some gardening. Gotta get rid of this plant. How are we gonna get rid of this thing? I have no idea. Old scout launcher over there. Okay, alright, so shoot a scout launcher in there. Ship log updated. What happens if I... Can I jump in it? Ugh, maybe not. Signals go. Ooh, there's music coming from it. Hi, Platypus. Totally didn't read My Little Scout as My Little Pony. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a Freudian slip, where you see things that are not really there. What happens? Ooh, okay. What happens if I just leave it here and the two side things connect? Is there something gonna happen? Oh, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Nothing happened. Oh, boo. All right, but if I recall correctly, I can equip a scout launcher, and I can take pictures. Ooh, whoa, whoa. That's pretty cool. Oh, that goes really deep. That's interesting. Oh, and I actually can see where the scout is. It's actually like 15 kilometers away. Can I actually see it on my map? No, I can't. That's okay. Interesting. Cool. Let's get out of here, man. How do I do this? So yes, try something new every day. Try out something that is outside of your comfort zone. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think that actually will help you a lot to try something new and to explore and to discover more about yourself. Whee! Let's go. Ooh, geysers. Geysers. I've been seeing it a lot. I wonder what happens if I actually land inside there. Let's find out. Uh, let's go down. Let's go down. Oh, the ship is damaged. She'll be right. um, maybe one of the other streams, what I'll do is I'll talk a little about motivation, and then I'll talk a bit about gaming motivation. Like, what can we learn about motivation from computer games? Because you gotta think about computer games. Computer games are actually specially designed to keep you engaged, to keep you, um, you know, wanting more, so to speak. That's the whole point of it. So, what is it that we can learn about computer games? What can we learn from computer games about motivation, and how can we apply that to our own life? And I think I'm stuck. If that's something that's interesting to you, give me a thumbs up. Maybe I'll prepare something for next stream. And also think before the next stream, what kind of games do you like playing? And why do you like playing them? You know, I won't give you any hints. That can be a homework for next week as well. Oh, come on. Move your little legs. Jump higher, you. Ah. Is there another way to do this? Ah. Come on, I think I'm getting a bit higher. I think I'm getting a bit higher. I'm trying to get into this geyser. Ah! Yeah. So we are talking earlier about... okay, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna try to go back into my ship. Huh! Get sucked in. Trying something new. Sometimes we call that personal development. You know, we learn something new. We try something new that's outside of our comfort zone. We learn a new skill. But sometimes those kind of changes are outside of our control, or they are not something that we have instigated ourselves. If you heard the saying, the one constant in life is change. Our bodies will change, our life circumstances will change. You know, some of you are doing your university studies, and you're gonna finish up one day and transition into the workplace, and that's a pretty huge transition. Some of you are thinking of getting married, and that's also a huge transition. Ooh, what is this planet? So sometimes change happens to us. Wait, where did that planet go? Oh, disappeared on me. And so, how do we manage the changes that come our way? Yeah, change and taxes. Well, actually, it's death and taxes, isn't it? By the way, yeah, life is a big change as well. things change all the time. So how do we manage when things happen to us? Um, let's try hitting into this planet and see what happens. Sometimes they can be a real annoyance. Whoa! Ah! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah! Oh, I'm underwater now. That's a change. Oh, you intended to do one thing, but something happens instead. Yes, you can kind of cry about it, but how do we manage it in a smart way? How do we manage it emotionally, especially? I'm an emotional intelligence kind of guy. How do we manage our emotions? Um, Teleporter. Let's try where does that go? One of the big things that you can do when you're in a season of change is to think about what the big picture is. Why are you going through this season of change? What do you hope to get out of it? What is at the other end of this? I remember when my daughter was really young. Ouch. Okay. Um, the early years were really really tough. And what is this supposed to do? I don't know. She was. Sh I don't know how many of you tuned in today have kids, but when our daughter was young, she was really hard to handle. She would cry every couple of hours. She was really hard to settle. Ooh, scroll. Ooh, no. Um, and it was really, really tough. Um, but one of the things that we got kept being told as parents is this phrase, "This too shall pass." This too shall pass. It's not going to be forever. It is a season in life um, that you have to go through. Um, but it's not going to last forever. You know, you'll get to the end of it. Some of you are going through exams at the moment. This too shall pass. There's a reason that you're going through these exams. It's to kind of graduate at the other end of it, hopefully. Um, but we need to stick through this season of challenge and difficulty um, in order to get to the other end. So this too shall pass. What's the big picture? Why am I going through this? And if you can keep your eye fixed on that long-term objective rather than the short-term pain, it can really help you to help moving forward. Let's read this ancient script. Finish building the orbital probe cannon module. Ready to send it into orbit. Ooh, Giant's Deep. Okay. Next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital probe cannon to install the probe tracking system. I think that's a thing that we saw explode earlier on. Tireless work. May actually succeed where other attempts have failed. Oh, interesting. It's interesting how this ancient language is kind of like based on that. Whoa, why am I floating? Whoa, 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 why am I floating all of a sudden? It's like it's cursive in nature. What's this? Oh, oh, oh. Alright, what if it doesn't pass and it's been like super long year, super long while? Um, some things do last a long time. And again, maybe your big picture isn't that it's gonna end. Maybe part of it is that, this is your lot in life, so to speak. And then there has to be a point where you have to come to a place of acceptance and say, well, it is the way it is. Whoa, we just changed orientation. That took me by surprise a bit. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there might have to come to a stage where, it is what it is. You have to accept um, that that is just the way it's going to be. But saying that, it's actually important to also um, be creative and try to find different ways of approaching the issue. Again, we're talking. I don't know what your circumstances are and what exactly you're talking about. Um, but I think it's important to try out different things and to try hard to find a solution before coming to the place where you go, you know what? It is what it is. It's all right. Ooh, I'm underwater now. That actually comes to the other point I have, which is observe what your mindset is and see if that's an appropriate mindset. As you're going through a season of change, as you're going through something that's difficult, how are you processing that change, and does that actually impact the way in which you address it? I remember when I was doing my national service and leading up to it, almost no one wants to go through national service. Ooh, what did I do there? Whoa! What is this? Okay, that was unexpected. That's cool. Um, so most of the time, people when they talk about national service, they're moaning about it. They're moaning about it. They are, they are, they're dreading it. They're saying it's going to be a waste of 2 years of their life, which you can argue is true. None of what they say is untrue. Um, but one of the things that I decided to go into national service, and it's 2 years of army training. What I wanted to do when I went into it is, hey, I know it's going to be 2 years of my life. Let's make the most of it. This is the only opportunity I'll have. I don't think I'm gonna be serving in the army long term. I probably wasn't even gonna be staying in Singapore for long term. But this was an opportunity to try something new. This is an opportunity to learn something new. This is an opportunity to shoot a gun and throw a grenade and maybe even drive a tank and get to know a whole cross section of people that I would not have the ability to interact with otherwise. Now, did that mindset change the reality that I have to go through national service? No, it didn't. But it did make a big difference emotionally on how I felt about it. Rather than dreading it and hating it and kind of, oh, it's going to be a waste of my time, I was going into it with this mindset, hey, this is an opportunity. This is something new. That mindset generates a certain set of positive emotions, and those positive emotions give you the opportunity to respond to situations in life in a more positive manner. So, what are your mindsets about the change that you're facing? Even if it's imposed on you, even if it's something that you don't have any say in, can you find something that makes the best out of it? Can you find an opportunity to learn something from it, to grow in some way, to make the most of this situation? Let's translate this message. This is interesting. 14 minutes, 2 seconds ago, long-range orbital probe successful launch from the orbital probe cannon. Is that it? Oh, what did I just do? Oh, interesting. Okay. This is a cyclone. Can I? Interesting. Can I put this here? So yes, Nat is referring with the donut hole mentality to a class that I taught that Nat actually attended. When it comes to mindsets, I like to use the analogy of a donut. Okay, so what's the distinctive feature of a donut? A donut has got a hole in it. Most donuts out there have a hole in it. Now, if you keep staring at the hole, whoa, okay, things are shifting. Oh, wow, what happened there? Ooh, we're in space. That's interesting. Oh, I'm floating. If you... Oh, 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. Let me see if I can try to get there. Oh, match velocity. Can I catch up? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I'm going back to Earth. If you keep focusing on the donut hole, the thing that's lacking, the thing that you're missing out on, the thing that is wrong with the world, or wrong with you, or wrong with the situation, guess what? That donut hole becomes larger and larger in your mind's eye. And it turns out that as you continue fixing your eyes on that donut hole, that becomes all that you see. The negativity, the frustration, the anger, that becomes your whole reality. But if you fix your focus, your attention on the whole donut, the opportunities, the things that are positive, the things that could go right, guess what? Those things then become larger and larger and larger in your mind's eye. And you start to then embrace the opportunities, the potential that is in front of you. So let's take this situation right now. I have fallen into this ocean. I can't get up. Where's my ship? My ship is all the way on the other side of the planet, okay? I could give up right now and say, you know, this is a hopeless situation. Or I can say, you know what? There are these tornadoes over here. I wonder what happens if I get sucked up into one of them. I wonder where I would go. I'm low on oxygen. I'm low on fuel. My body is damaged. What have I got to lose, right? Let's give it a shot. So I'm gonna try to make my way into these tornadoes. I don't know whether or not I can get there. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's make the most out of a difficult situation and see what happens. And maybe that something is nothing. Oh, wait, no, no, no. No, I'm inside it. I'm inside it. Something's happening. I've got 60 seconds of oxygen left. Oh, wow, I got propelled out of the planet. Well, that's something. And I've got 60 seconds of oxygen left. Where's my ship? Can I get back to my ship? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm crashing back into the planet now. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Oh, actually no. Alright, landed in the water. All good. But you know what? Being propelled out of the planet has given me now another opportunity because there's a piece of land over there that I haven't seen before. Maybe I can get to that piece of land. And maybe... Oh, okay. Hold fire space to fire rocket boosters. Maybe if I can get there, I might be able to find something that will be able to give me some oxygen. Oh, whoa, okay, the whole... Alright, well... That island just got flung out into space. Oh, here we go, crashing down again. Oh, what is this? Okay, I've suffocated and I died. So, in life, you can always either focus on the negatives, focus on the things you lack, focus on the opportunities that you've missed out on. You can always focus on the things you could have done better in the past, the mistakes that you've made. You can always focus on those things, and then you just end up being consumed by those things, and they end up taking over your whole life. Or you can embrace potential. You can embrace a new beginning, like I just did just then. You can try something new. You can get creative. Right? All those things are in your control. It's all about your mindset, whether you want to focus on the things that are lacking or focus on the opportunities. I am going to try this one more time briefly. I'm going to probably play just for another 5 or 10 minutes. And if anyone has any questions, by the way, you're welcome to ask. I'm going to probably call it a night in about 10-15 minutes. And if you enjoyed today, I can do the whole YouTube, Facebook thing. Please like and subscribe. I'm sure it does something to my ratings, blah blah blah, makes it easier for people to find. I don't know how all of that works. But also, if you found something that was useful, please comment on that. If you would like to learn about something, or if you have a question, by all means, drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'm always available. And feel free to, tell me what you would like to learn more about. Hi, Gabriel. Thanks for joining us. Whoa, I'm gonna crash. Oh, whoa, what is this? Oh, hey! I just crashed into something very interesting. Exit to... health and... Oh, health and fuel kit. Guess what? I can actually refuel and I can restore my health. I didn't actually realize that. Learn something new every day. Unidentified signal. Okay, signal scope. Where are you? Where are you? Where's the signal? Ooh, 40 meters. Oh, shiny beam of light. Let's go for the shiny beam of light. You know what? In life, and I think I'll talk about this a little bit more next week. In life, it's really important to have a goal, an objective. You know, if this game didn't have anything that would kind of indicate a direction you had to go, it would get really boring really, really fast. It would, you know, if you had no objective, no goal, all you had is a sandbox that you walk around with and interact with, it will get really, really tiring. And guess what? Life is like that as well. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have something to strive for, oof, yes, um, it will soon get really taxing, really boring. So it's important in life to have something to strive for, and you may not be able to get it straight away. Ugh, yes. But you need a nice big beam of light shooting up in the sky to encourage you to head in a certain direction. Now, what do I do with this thing? Change frequency? Oh, it's an escape pod. Distress beacon. Okay, alright. Well, it's coming from in there, so I suppose what I'll do is I'll head into there next. I 100% forgot the homework. Are you able to put your homework in the chat or description? I feel like this is Minecraft for me. I think there is a quest line. So the idea is that in this game, you're actually supposed to kind of discover the ancient race that built a whole lot of this stuff, and also trying to figure out why your solar system is exploding and why you're always reverting back to 20 minutes ago. Ooh, here we go. Homework. There's two pieces of homework I want you guys to do. Firstly, here's my challenge. If you brush your teeth, and I hope you all brush your teeth, try brushing your teeth with your opposite hand. And I'm going to do the same, okay? I'm going to do the same. So try brushing your teeth with the opposite hand. And next week, tell me how you went, how you felt. All right? I'm expecting that to begin with, you'll feel uncoordinated. It'll feel weird. Your oral hygiene might deteriorate slightly. But I'm also hoping that if you keep at it for a week, a couple of weeks, generally they say within a month, you develop a new habit. And within a month's time, it'll be the norm. It'll be the new norm. So, toothbrush on the other side. The other thing we're going to talk about next week is we're going to talk about what we can learn about motivation from computer games. So I want you to think of, and I'll mention this again next week. I want you to think of the games that you like playing. Okay? And I want you to think, why is it that you like playing that game? What is it that motivates you to play that game? What does that game actually do to keep you locked in, to keep you moving forward? Right? So for instance, this game is unique because it doesn't have like a quest marker, a specific thing you have to do. But there's a lot of little things that you discover along the way. There's something new, and as you unpack one thing, it opens up new dimensions to the game. So for instance, in this playthrough, I've not been here before, right? So I haven't scanned this thing. Let me scan this thing. We need status reports for all the systems. Initial things first, is everyone unharmed? Let's go and take a look. Our escape pods, passengers are afraid but physically well. Everyone survived the crash. Okay, so this is a crashed spaceship. So there are other escape pods distress signals. Maybe I have to find those distress signals. Okay, so maybe one of the quests might be, well, let's try to find... Oh, and my ship's logs is updated. Maybe I have to find the other... So that's one of the distress peak frequencies. Ooh, one of them is there. Ooh, that's our starting planet, I think. Is that my... No, I don't think that's our starting planet. Where else? Where else? Ooh, there's another one there. Okay, alright. So maybe that's part of the quest. But let's dive in here a little bit further, shall we? Ooh, what is this? Oh no! Fail! I completely failed that jump. Come on, can I? Come on, don't you have arms? Grab the ledge and jump. Ah! Nope. Alright. I'll have to replay this area and then try to figure out how I get up there. The heat from the star system sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what seems like a cave system with cooler air. Long-term shelters. Passengers are a maze. Great, this is a maze. Be cautious, everyone. Alright. Ooh, here we go. So this is ancient text from the previous race, which I think now is extinct. And they've crash landed on this planet. Oh wow, and there's lots of text everywhere to read. Don't know if I'm gonna read all this today. Alright guys, I'm gonna call this a night. Because it's getting late. And I know my wife wants to play her computer game and her computer's behind me, but she doesn't want to be on the stream. Thanks you all for joining. I hope you found this enjoyable, entertaining, and insightful. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe. I will probably aim to run another stream same time, same place next week. And I'll see you guys then. Ta-ta for now. Take care.